By the way, you do in the book many times suggest investing in the S&P 500. And you bring up Berkshire Hathaway and Warren Buffett and what a great investor he has been. Just for the record, over the last 15 years, according to Morningstar, through yesterday or day before, the return of Berkshire Hathaway is virtually the same as the S&P 500, which says that over the last 15 years, you would have made the same return as Warren Buffett. And where does Warren Buffett plan to leave his money other than to charity? But to his wife, it goes in the S&P 500, 90%, I believe, with 10% in T-bills to pay the bills. So no, it's even for Warren Buffett, it's hard to do better than the market, which is fascinating for as smart as he is and all the people he's surrounded with to help him.
Yeah. Well, as people, we don't want to be average. We go out of our way to try to not be average, and we don't consider ourselves average. So the idea of owning a portfolio that is comprised of all of the companies by definition, or at least the 500, that sounds like it's sort of average. Well, sometimes average is really good. 10% a year over extended periods of time is a wonderful rate of return. So I advocate in the book that anybody and everybody should consider having a holding, not necessarily all of their holding, but having some money in the S&P index fund. And so the book goes out of its way to show how simple it is to invest in an S&P index fund, which is a fund managed by various firms. Lots of companies will have a mutual fund that's basically patterned after the S&P index fund. And they have very, very low fees associated with them, maybe 1/10 of 1% a year. And some of them, and most of them are offered with no upfront commissions. So it's a very efficient use of money, something you talk a lot about, Paul, and I think people that know you know how important that is. You have a cadre of people that follow you that are very bright, intuitive people. And I applaud you for, pointing that out to people that, don't just assume that something is going to lose favor and jump out of it in a hurry. Have a diversification. The book also goes out of its way to point out the importance of having somebody or maybe a group of people that you look to offer financial assistance. A registered financial advisor who's a fiduciary is somebody that can be of enormous help to anybody. And some of the best things they can do is help people sort of buffer themselves from their own natural tendencies, that tendency to jump in and out of things because that's what their neighbors are doing, and that seems like the tactic du jour.